Maupay nga aga, maayong buntag, and good morning everyone. Welcome back to my new vlog. It's me again, Rona, and this is part 2 of how I became a nurse in the UK. If you haven't watched part 1 of this video, please click the link here. But still, we're gonna do a recap. So first is the experience. I became a volunteer nurse for more than 1 year. And then I decided to take IELTS. Then afterwards, through the IELTS Review Center that I've been, English Language Academy, I met or I've encountered a lot of agencies. And so when I got my passing IELTS result, I submitted it to them until I actually met ASC Global Recruitment. And then they decided to ring me for my first interview. After the first interview, they asked if I could do the second interview. And then after the second interview, I passed, and so I attended this pre-employment orientation seminar. But before we move forward to what I did after the pre-employment orientation seminar, I would just like to tell you a few updates from the NMC, or the Nursing and Midwifery Council here in UK. So from the 25th of September 2018, they decided that they will allow workers outside EU to apply immediately after qualifying. So, nung panahon ko kasi, may requirement na dapat may 1 year volunteer or hospital experience ka muna. So, hindi ko alam kung ina-apply na talaga yan ngayon. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero, based on what I've read, ganun na daw. I don't know if it differs depending on the trust or the employer. Pero, so far, yun naman yung nakalagay sa website nila. So, I guess that's what they're following now. So, after the pre-employment orientation seminar, yung pinakaunang pinagawa sa amin is the CBT. So, they're gonna ask you to pass this test first. Now, NMC has 2 competence tests. First part is CBT, or the computer-based test. Now, this is a test of your theoretical practice-based knowledge. I'm not gonna dwell onto this, pero nung time ko is bumagsak ako nung first take ko, and I'm honestly saying this. Akala ko madali siya nung umpisa kasi it's like a board, para siyang similar sa board exam, pero expect the unexpected. I failed the first part, and then kailangan ko ulit bumalik ng Cebu to take the second part. Fortunately, nakapasa na tayo nung part 2. Now, I'm not sure if we're allowed to give hints on what will appear in the CBT, but I will only suggest to use the Royal Marsden Updated Version book. My online copy niyan at my hard copy niyan. That book has really been helpful to me in passing my computer-based test. The agency will ask you to supply special documents. Or I think the proper term is actually supporting documents. This is the time na kailangan mo talagang mag-hustle kasi hindi lang medical exam ang ipapagawa sa'yo. May documents, may certain documents na kailangan mo kunin sa licensing body ng Philippines, the PRC, and also merong documents na kailangan mo kunin sa school. Now, it's not that easy kasi alam naman natin na documents or government documents, medyo nagtatagal siya. So, you really need to do or to work on it. As in, work on it. It might take days, but you will need patience and at the same time, perseverance. Kasi pag hayaan mo lang siya na nakahiga, ipasa mo, or I mean, nakalatag lang siya sa table ng pinapagawan mo ng signature, hindi siya ganun na kabilis maasikaso. So, you need to work on it. Alam nyo na, sa mga nanonood nito na nandito sa UK, I know na you feel me when I say na mahirap mag-asikaso ng documents na ito. So, really guys, work on it. Now, after compiling the supporting documents, including my passport, birth certificate, and submitting them to the agency, all you need to do now is actually wait. You will wait for the employer kasi they will be applying for a certificate of sponsorship. Again, I've mentioned this in my last video, is medyo rough na yung picture sa mind ko kung ano yung pinagdaanan ko. I'm just really trying to remember everything that has happened. So, if I am wrong with this info that I'm giving you, please do correct me in the comment box below. But as far as I can remember, after we have submitted all the documents, what we did was just actually wait. So, the employer would be applying for that certificate of sponsorship. Now, because nursing is included in the shortage occupation list of UK, you should not really take time for your employer to apply for it. Ang mahirap lang is, nung panahon ko kasi, medyo parang tinanggal pa siya saglit. So, I think we've been rejected once or twice before nakapunta kami dito sa UK. Now that we got our certificate of sponsorship, the next thing is the visa. So, thank you to ASC Global Recruitment. I'm just gonna mention the names I remember. Miss Pat, Sergio, Ma'am EJ, Ma'am Kai, and to everyone really in ASC who helped us with this. So, there are things that you need to do online. You need to apply for it online and then sort your visa appointment. And then you need to make sure, of course, na you're in Manila to actually attend to this appointment. Nung time ko, it was really a good experience because that was the time where I met my fellow cohort members. So, nakilala ko dun yung mga current housemates ko ngayon and also colleagues. Sila Dara, sila Cookie, sila Lai. Actually, nakilala ko dun ng time na yun si Dara, pero hindi ko pa nakita sila Cookie and Lai. And if you don't know them, they appear in some of my videos. So, check out the other videos. Anyways, yun na. So, nag-attend ako ng visa appointment and then I just waited. Now, after the visa appointment, this is the period where you wait. And this is a period where you make most of your time in the Philippines. In my case, I last went home 2017 and ngayong year lang ako ulit makaka-uwi. This is based again on the individual's preference. So, kayong bahala kung gusto nyong umuwi every year. Pero, iba pa rin yung alam mo na andyan lang yung family mo. So, make sure you make most of your time while you're in the Philippines. So, when your visa arrive, you will now attend the pre-deployment orientation seminar. Guys, required kayo umattend nito. Bawal mag-absent ka kasi part to ng law na bago kayo lumabas is umattend kayo ng mga seminar na to. So, nung naka-attend kami ng pre-deployment orientation seminar, nakakatuwa kasi dito na yung time na nakilala ko na yung mga makakasama ko papunta dito sa UK. And turned out, marami kami. So, unforgettable yung flight namin papunta dito kasi muntik na kami maiwan sa Dubai. Anyway, to cut it short, nakapunta na kami dito sa UK and I advise that your mindset should be on the part 2 of the competence test, which is the OSCE. So, OSCE stands for the Objective Structured Clinical Examination. So, your mindset, guys, should be passing the OSCE the moment you arrive here in UK kasi this will give you your license. This is the final step to actually get your license. Nung time ko, buti na lang, although I did practice for it, na-surprise rin ako kasi may part ng exam na lumabas na hindi talaga ako nag-ready. But anyways, makakatulong rin yung may experience ka sa hospital before ka pumunta dito. Dahil kung wala, siguradong babagsak ako. Nakapasa ako, fortunately, first take. So, once makapasa ka guys, there will be a final documentation that you need to fill out. And then, you need to pay for your PIN. And that's it. You're actually a nurse here in UK. Right guys, so if we're going to summarize part 1 and part 2 of this video on how I became a nurse here in UK. So first is the experience. Para sa akin lang yun ha. Kasi although they can accept nurses who just newly qualified, magagamit yung experience niyo in the hospital sa last part of the exam kasi more of a practical based exam yung OSCE. Now, after the interview, you need to make sure that you pass an English language exam, either IELTS or OET. And then afterwards, you submit it, of course, to agencies that have good reviews and actually nakapalabas na ng nurses. Then afterwards, once you have passed it and then they ask for the interview, go for the interview, and then once you've passed the interview, do attend the seminar. So, the first seminar is the pre-employment orientation seminar. After mo maka-attend ang pre-employment orientation seminar, you need to make sure that you pass the first competence test of NFC, which is the CBT or the computer-based test. Now, once makapasa ka na nun, you need to make sure that you hustle for the supporting documents. After the supporting documents, you need to submit it, of course, to your agency. And I don't know how your agency works, but in my case, they helped me go through every procedure. And then the instruction was to wait for the certificate of sponsorship from your employer. Kasi gagamitin mo yun for your application for the visa. Now, after the visa application, once naka-apply ka na and then na-approve ang visa mo, yes, attend ka na ng second seminar, which is a pre-deployment orientation seminar. Hinihingal ako. Pero after ng pre-deployment orientation seminar, pupunta na kayo dito sa UK. yes, mag-enjoy kayo. Pero of course, you need to put your mindset on the second competence test, which is the OSCE. So once makapasa ka na ng OSCE, you will fill out the documentation form, get your PIN, and finally, you can work here in UK. I hope I was able to help you out, guys, in this video. I know I lost track of the title because it says how I became a nurse in the UK, but I ended up giving out some tips. Anyways, if you do, hit thumbs up, comment down below if you want to tell me anything, say something, or ask anything. And also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, RunnerRose91, and please do subscribe. See ya!